Hello everyone, long time no update. It has been a while and I don't know about anybody else, but for me it has been a month. I hope you all have had a wonderful Christmas and you're all able to spend time with your loved ones. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, so I've been pretty busy. I had 3 performances in less than a week's time, which it's not like I'm doing these solo concerts, but it's still something that has to be prepared for, planned for, practiced for. So I've been pretty busy. If you're new here, my name is Tiara, and this is my channel, My Shot at Life, where I share my weight loss journey on a GLP-1. On December 4th, I upped my dose from the 3.75 milligrams to the 5 milligram dose. This was something that I was feeling that I needed to do, and the doctor also concurred that I should do that. So on December 4th, I was weighing in at 266 pounds, and I am now 259.6 pounds. In 3 weeks, I've lost 6.4 pounds. Now, there's a lot more that goes into that. It's a lot more nuanced than just the 6.4 pounds lost in the 3 weeks, and I will get into that later in this video. My current BMI is 46, which means that I have dropped 7.6 indexes on the BMI chart. I am also down a total of 43.1 pounds. This is wild to me. I've only been on this GLP-1 for not even 4 months yet. 3 months and some change. Today is my first day out of the 260s, and I feel like I've just been in the 260s for so long. Every time I get on the scale, it's always 260 something every single time, and I've been so tired of it. Granted, grateful not to be higher than the 260s, but also wanting to see more progress. I've been on the 5 milligram dose for 3 weeks, which means 4 injections basically, and the 5 milligram dose just hasn't been doing what I've wanted it to be doing. It doesn't feel the way that it felt when I started onto a GLP-1 at the 2.5 milligram dose. When I started on to the 2.5 milligram dose, I really didn't feel that hunger. Even going like later into the week, I don't know if that was just mentally almost placebo kind of a thing, that I was thinking, oh yeah, this is really working, when maybe it was all just mental in my mind. Upping my dose to the 5 milligrams, it doesn't feel like how I did when I started. I've felt more of that hunger, especially around the holidays, with all of the holiday food and the gifts given that are consumables and the treats, everything like that. I honestly don't think that I've done really very bad on those. Certainly, I've had more than I intended to, but it's not like the past me where I would just cram it all in and hardly slow down to even enjoy it. So I've been a bit more mindful about it and not going overboard, even with the unhealthy foods, all the sugars, the carbs. I haven't gone super overboard. I've just had more than I really should be having. In these 3 weeks that I've been on this 5 milligram dose, I have seen a lot of the roller coaster with my weight, and I've felt it as well. I haven't felt like I was just constantly losing. It wasn't just body recomposition kind of a thing, which can happen. You can feel like you're losing weight even if the scale doesn't say that you are. You can feel different. Your body can be shrinking even if you're still carrying extra weight with you. So during this roller coaster of my weight, I hit 262, which coincidentally is the lowest that I was when I was on the carnivore diet. I hit that and then couldn't maintain that and went back up to 264, and that was kind of where I plateaued. And kind of the same thing happened with my GLP-1 over these past couple of weeks, and I wasn't sure why that was happening. I was working out occasionally, not consistently at all, but occasionally. I was not indulging all the time. I honestly thought I was doing pretty good. So why was my weight not doing what I wanted it to be doing? On December 17th, so Wednesday of last week, I kind of just hit this point where I was so discouraged, disappointed. Why was I not losing the weight? If I'd lose anything, it would just come right back in the next couple of days or so. Now, a little side note. There is a reason why I was not losing the weight that I wanted to, but I'm not ready to talk about that reason. Not on this channel, not yet. So there is a reason. It's probably not going to apply to hardly any of you. I would be highly surprised if you guys experienced this as well. So back to the 17th. The morning of the 17th, I weighed in at 264.7 pounds, which was only down not even quite 2 pounds from where I was the 2 weeks previous. I was really quite fed up. I knew I had to take some drastic measures, and I did, in probably the most simple and boring way that I can think of. And the results surprised me. I started walking on my treadmill, not fast, not long, no kind of intensity added. I wasn't trying to do like any hill training or speed training, nothing like that. Just boring, simple walking on a treadmill. I started out my first day doing 10 minutes on the treadmill. Not every treadmill is the same. My treadmill said that my speed was 1.6. That was where I started, and I kind of would up it in increments of 2, like 0.2. So starting at 1.6, and then a few minutes later, I would up it to 1.8. A couple minutes later, up it to 2. And that was the highest that I went that day. I just went up to my speed of 2 and just did the 10 minutes. And I was like sweating. I was kind of actually wiped out a bit. And I did it again the next day. Only this time I did it, I think it was 13 minutes. I'm really bad at recording stuff. I need to write some of my information down. But I think it was 13 to 14 minutes. And again, I started at the 1.6 for my speed. And then I would up it in the increments of 2. This time I think I went up to the 2.2 speed. The next day, I was back at it again. And I did it for 15 minutes. And I started at the speed of 1.8 instead of 1.6. So I could figure out that I could go a little bit faster starting out. And then I could up it a little bit further. Now, walking to me is really boring. It's boring to me outside, and it's boring to me inside. So I have my treadmill set up like behind our couch in our living room, so I can look at the TV and I can watch whatever I want to watch. And I actually watch YouTube videos as I'm on the treadmill. And I think it's actually, for me, it's a little bit more, I don't know if motivating is the right word, but it helps me stay longer on the treadmill than if I were just to watch a show, some kind of a TV show or movie, because I can be like, oh, I'll watch this YouTube short and then finish that one, and I see another interesting one, like, oh, I'll watch this one. And then before you know it, I'm on the treadmill for, 20 minutes. So it's really helpful for me to do it in that way. And it helps me to stay on the treadmill longer. And so I get a better, just better movement, more movement. The longest that I've done is a half hour on the treadmill. And I was pretty wiped out after that. That was on Christmas Eve. And I did not do any kind of exercise on Christmas Day or yesterday. I was able to get back onto the treadmill today. Today I did 21 minutes on the treadmill, and I started at the 1.8 speed, and then I quickly bumped it up. And I think I went, what did I go to? I think 2.6 on the treadmill. I wasn't intending to walk for 21 minutes today. I was only intending to walk for 10, and then I did more than double that because I was doing my little system of watching my YouTube videos and just finding ones that would interest me. So like I said, back on December 17th, I was weighing in at 264.7 pounds. And then this morning I weighed in at 259.6 pounds, which means that in the last 10 days, I've dropped 5.1 pounds. Now, like I said, I think there is another reason why I was stalled, and it really is not something that I'm ready to talk about on this channel. Probably in the future, I will talk about it. But I decided to add in walking, and I really think that that helped to kick that weight loss into gear. Do you guys like to walk? Am I a weirdo? I do not like to walk. I'm fine if I have a destination, like if I'm walking, you know, from the parking lot to the store or walking around the mall or something. Not that shopping is all I like to walk for, but I'm fine if I have a destination. I just don't like, I guess, pointless walking because it feels pointless. So I want to do a goal board update because it's been a while, and I also want to show how I'm looking currently. I don't know if there's much of a change, and of course I'm wearing a sweater, so it might not be the easiest to see, but I just kind of want to show my progress. Also, there was a point before the 17th where I was actually back up higher than what is on my goal board. So I'm just going to show this half of it right now. But I was able to take off the 265 last time. And at some point before the 17th, when I hadn't uploaded a video, I was back up in the 265 range. I'm not going to put the sticker back up for that kind of a thing. If I'm taking it off, I'm just going to leave it off. If you lose a pound and then gain it back and then lose another pound, it's kind of like you lost 2 pounds, right? We'll say it is. So, so here is my goal board. And I can take off another full row today. That is so crazy. I don't like to take these off without you guys. So also it's really kind of difficult sometimes to take them off. 264 gone, 263 gone, 262 gone, 261 gone, 260 gone. So here we are. I am at this one, 259.6 this morning. Wow, it would be really cool if I could take one off tomorrow. Not that I will take it off tomorrow because I'm not going to make a video tomorrow, but it'd be cool if I needed to. So here we are. I have officially lost 2 rows, which is 10 pounds since I've started my goal board. That's really crazy. Now I guess I really do have to decide if I'm going to incorporate any kind of money saving into this with each pound lost. I don't know. If I were to incorporate any kind of money saving into this, what would you guys suggest? $28 seems a bit high, even though it's saving money. It feels like it's spending it because it's not going to be available for like bills and whatnot. But what would you guys suggest? I don't want to do $1. That's too low. I could do $5. I could do $10. What would you guys suggest? But here's my goal board, my full goal. Here's my full goal board. That is hard to say. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Progress. One little sticky note at a time. Okay, now I'm going to show how I actually look in real life / video life. So here's how I am currently looking. I really don't know if you guys are able to tell the difference, like from video to video. I know if I did a side-by-side, it would be way easier. If I took more pictures, that would also be way easier. But I'm not a photographer. I don't consider myself to be good at doing stuff like that. I do try sometimes. I am taking more pictures of myself, but that's a difficult habit and mindset to get into, as you've been somebody who's very camera shy. So yeah, this is how I'm looking right now. Please, if you guys see any kind of difference, let me know, because sometimes I feel like there's no change at all happening. So if you see anything, it would really, really help me if you guys could just comment one little thing, that's all. So that's it for my video today. Thank you for following along my journey and for taking this shot at life with me. I'm sorry that it has been a little while since I posted a video, but I'm hoping that maybe this will help somebody. So wherever you are on your journey of life, I'm hoping that somehow this is helpful to you or encouraging to you. I'll see you next time.